Well, if it isn't the eat your vegetables man. I've read about you in the Washington Post. They say you have got all the answers.
Funny to bump into you, wipe your ass man. You and I both know the only reason there's a statue of you erected in front of Mayor Birmington's home is because you have had the most impact on this community. I can't believe you even know who I am.
Of course I know who you are. We superhero costume wearing fucks have to stick together. This is the only way the children will ever listen. I can't just walk into Mrs. Williams' kindergarten class wearing a wife beater and some Chuck Taylors. I've got to wear this shit, or they will never learn to wipe their shit. So many kids have stopped wiping. It's like they don't even care about clean buttholes.
Oh, kids are way more likely nowadays to wipe their ass than eat a salad or a green bean. I walk around spreading the good news in my broccoli of a fuck outfit, and all I get in return are a few kicks in the shin and a couple turds flung at my Chevrolet Avia.
Ha 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 ha, a Chevrolet Avia. The last time I had sex was in a Chevrolet Avia. This gay dude paid me $100,000 billion to make love to him in his Chevrolet Avia. Tell me, do you have loads and loads of gay sex in your Chevrolet Avia too?
Fuck you.
I was reading the Bible the other day, and I was like, why does no one in this book have last names? Then I got to that story about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and I was like, oh, that's why. They just kept coming up with such weird ass first names that last names weren't necessary.
ELLEOL. I was at church last Sunday morning and the preacher was like, God is in this place. I was thinking to myself that last week he said God is omni. Omni, well, omni something that means he's everywhere, and I was like, what the fuck, man? If he's everywhere, why does it sound like you are trying to convince me that he is here as well? If he's everywhere, he's here. I know.
My science teacher always tried to convince me that dinosaurs went extinct because of some kind of global disaster. The truth is, it was a global disaster. It was God's flood that flooded the entire world. Noah was loading up the ark when he saw a brontosaurus and a T-Rex, and was like, screw this. Leave all those giant mean-looking fucks here to drown.
Hahaha. God never floods the whole world anymore. It's a little disappointing.
I have a small penis. When I go out to nightclubs and sexy bars, the girls think I'm just being polite when I don't try to convince them to let me take them home. But really the fact is that I don't last long having sex, and am embarrassed about how small my dick is, that I would just rather head home and masturbate to lesbian pornography than deal with the awkwardness of ejaculating after only 74 seconds.
Hey. I have a small penis too. Every hardcore Church of Christ girl I date think I'm such a good Christian man because I'm trying to save sex for marriage. But really I'm saving sex for marriage because the size of my penis is quite disappointing, and the fact of the matter is that they will have known no other size penis if they saved sex for marriage as well. But if they have been exposed to a larger wiener before we get married, it's quite difficult and embarrassing for both our families to get a divorce.
Do you think we both decided to be SuperHeros because of how small our penises are?
Well, that surely could have been a factor. I will Google the stats when I get back home. What's your cell phone number? I will give you a call or shoot you a text if I find some sort of connection to small penises and superheroes.
I don't have a cell phone right now. My prepaid Boost mobile phone ran out of minutes just last night. Maybe you could just call me on my home phone.
Or maybe I could just get your address and drop by after I put together this portfolio of information relevant to how much having a tiny pecker has an effect on one becoming a superhero.
I'm not giving you my address. Yo, you would just show up in your Chevrolet Avia trying to convince me to have gay boy sex.
Yes,